You know that character that you just look at and see there's something wrong? The concept is, I don't know, surreal, but not in a good way. Yep, this is my list of 5 things you should not do to your character. And number 5, don't take your character's merits. For those who may not know, Saint Seiya, or Knights of the Zodiac, not only had its story extended, but it was literally changed to be more like the hero leads them all. Maybe you don't mind that the anime doesn't mention that the 10 Bronze Saints are half-brothers, sons of Mitsumasa Kido, Athena's adoptive grandfather, or that there were no Saints of Steel, Fire, Ghost, Crystal. But it really bothers me that Ikki can't kill the Sanctuary's Pope because in the final battle, Seiya has to be the super duper! Or the fact that Hyoga's battle against the Asgardians was a solo adventure and he was transformed not once, but twice. At number 4, don't recreate your universe just to pretend you're working. I like the story of Ben 10 with that comic book style, and it all went well until... Okay, a war can be an interesting idea, but new aliens who basically have the same powers of the old aliens, only mixed and magnified. Well, at least they are using the idea of a saga, okay, and... What? Vilgax? Those tentacles were a beard? Don't do that. At number 3, don't reduce your characters to just one aspect of themselves. There is a difference between making a new version and just using their names and powers. I was going to use Teen Titans Go as an example, but the Batman was much worse. Take a hero with immense detective capability and their enemies that represent complex issues of humanity and make it all cheap action. Mr. Freeze is a diamond thief who gets into an accident like none before.
The same instant the blood froze in my veins.
But gets a scientist to make him a special suit and keeps robbing diamonds. Muppet Babies was a better version. Damn, military organization Babies would have been a better version. At number 2, if you have a character that's somewhat stereotypical, who speaks weirdly...
It is time for physical training again! Chop chop! Chop chop!
And has a skin color associated with a certain prejudice to a certain ethnicity, don't make a character even more stereotypical.
Who's in the toilet?
There's a difference between getting a Pikachu and making a Pichu, cause baby animals are cute. And taking everything you can from an ethnicity and making a character. Yep, if you thought Omi was offensive to the Chinese, this is Ping Pong. Omi, smaller, with another elemental power, talking higher, and literally named after a sport associated with the Chinese in the United States.
I am more stupefied by your fierce ping-pong method of pippying. Pippy. Does not sound like a fearless warrior.
By the way, don't restart a universe while keeping the character's powers. And don't force people making the series to recreate everything because you own the names of the Shen Gong wool. And at number 1, don't build up a character for the fans and then pretend it doesn't exist.
Huh? Now, careful, Derpy!
If you're not aware, this is Ditsy Doo, a character on My Little Pony with a number of followers online ever since she was shown with crossed eyes. She became kind of an Easter egg and even spoke in an episode, so many fans it had. But, of course, there are a-holes. In the United States, some people started saying the character was used for making fun of mentally challenged people. That because derping would be having mental issues, which we all know not to be the case. The production company had increased Derpy's role and used the fan-given name, but they changed it all because of the complaints. Of course, we can't forget, don't accuse people before researching that keyword you don't know. That's the real evil in the story. People who destroy other people's happiness because they can't open an online dictionary before criticizing, or prefer to stop a whole city because of a toy. Some people call this the American anime, but it is actually CGI with some 2D, so I don't know if you'd call it an anime, but it is certainly way better than the French and American anime we've seen so far. Take a taller, attractive guy, put a few female characters falling for him, fighting for his attention, and there's a harem anime. But of course there's always a girl he likes the most, and who continues to follow him though she's shy. When it comes to Kanakon, this is inverted, especially the shyness.